So, you are tired of being the only single one among your friends, and every time you like a girl, you end up in the friend zone. If you do an internet search on how to get a girlfriend, you will come up with the classic generic tips, like make her laugh or be yourself. But honestly, how does that help you stand out? The reality is that getting a girlfriend is pretty easy if you follow these steps I show you in this video. But the key is to apply all 6, because even if you skip just one, the wall strategy fall apart. Let's start with the first one. Take care of yourself. If you want to attract a girl, you gotta start with yourself. That doesn't mean you need to look like a model. Just don't look like you crawled out of a 72-hour Netflix binge. Take care of your body. Get a haircut that suits you, keep up with basic hygiene, and wear something that makes you feel confident. Confidence is a key point. Girls aren't necessarily looking for the hottest guy in the room, but the one who knows what he wants. When you look in the mirror and like yourself, other people will notice too, because what you feel inside is reflected outside. If you're nervous or insecure, girls will sense it, and that increases your chances of being rejected. Step 2. Master communication skills. Being able to communicate is one of the things girls tend to notice in a guy. So it's important to get comfortable talking to women without feeling awkward. The best way to do that? Start by talking to at least one girl a day. It could be a classmate, a coworker, or even the barista at Starbucks. Let's say you're in line at Starbucks. You order your coffee, and the barista smiles at you. Instead of just standing there in silence, make a quick comment about the coffee or the playlist they've got on. Nothing crazy, just a little practice. This helps you be more natural and avoid those awkward moments where you don't know what to do. To get good at communication, you need to master 2 things. First, active listening. If you want a girl to feel comfortable around you, you have to show her you're actually listening. Start by keeping eye contact without staring like a creep. Then, throw in a few short comments to show you're following along, and when she's done talking, rephrase what she said so she knows you got it. Second, open-ended questions. Instead of asking, "Did you go to college?" which is a yes or no question, ask, "What was the project you were working on about?" That way, conversations will flow more naturally, and you'll have a better shot at building a real connection. Step 3, read her hints. The way girls communicate is different from how guys do. We're more direct, while girls tend to drop hints that we have to pick up on. In general, these are the most common hints that girls send. Remember, however, that not all hints are the same. Some girls are shy and might show interest in a more subtle way. Others might just be friendly with no deeper meaning. The key is to pay attention to the context and not jump to conclusions too fast. Step 4, flirt naturally. There are 2 main ways to meet girls, online and offline. But I'd recommend doing it offline because that way you can use your personality to make an impression. And to do it the right way, avoid using classic pickup lines. If you say something like, "Are you a magician?" because every time I look at you, everything else disappears, it's just going to be awkward. What actually works is creating a vibe, that is, a relaxed energy that makes the girl feel comfortable and intrigued by you. You don't need the perfect line, you just need to talk in a natural, easygoing way. Let's say you're at the gym and you notice a girl near the treadmill. You could just smile and say, "I love how determined you look. Meanwhile, I can't decide if I should start running or fake an injury and head home." Self-irony works great because it makes the interaction fun without putting pressure on her. Once you've broken the ice, use active listening and open-ended questions to keep the conversation flowing naturally. But be careful. There are a few things you should never do unless you want to lose her interest instantly. So, don't be creepy. Don't throw out generic compliments. Don't get sexual right away, and don't talk badly about exes. What you need to do instead is to be chill, give her small compliments, always stand by your values, and create inside jokes. That is, little funny references only the 2 of you get. For example, if you both complained about the gym music, next time you see her, you could say, "No 2010 remix today? Guess they finally listened to us." That way, you build a little connection, and the conversation feels natural instead of forced. Step 5. Ask her out. The main goal of flirting is to get her contact information, but instead of asking for her number right away, go for her Instagram because it puts less pressure, which makes it more likely she'll say yes. So, you did it. You got her Instagram. Now you have 2 choices. Which one do you pick? If you text her right away, you'll come off as desperate, and that's not the vibe you want. The smart move? Wait a little before reaching out. This gives her time to think about you and makes you seem busy, which is attractive. After you've exchanged contacts, asking her out immediately is a mistake because you don't know each other well enough yet. So you need to spend some time figuring out what she likes to do, her hobbies, what she likes to eat, and most important, if there is actually a connection between you two. Once you've got a feel for what she enjoys, then you plan the date. And this is where you don't want to mess up. When you ask her out, take her somewhere you know well, where you feel comfortable. And remember, avoid super personal or awkward topics like the plague. Instead, keep it light. Share interesting stories about yourself that make your life seem fun and exciting, but without lying or sounding like you're bragging. Depending on how things go, one of these three things will happen. You kiss her, nothing happens, but you set up another date, or she never talks to you again. Step 6. See rejection differently. Think of it this way. When you approach a girl, there's basically a 50-50 chance that she will say yes or she says no. It's like flipping a coin. The real problem isn't rejection itself. It's how you interpret it. She's not rejecting you as a person. She's just saying no to the idea of a connection in that moment. And that's totally fine. It doesn't define your worth. In fact, every rejection is just one step closer to meeting someone who's actually on the same wavelength as you.